going live. We going live. What up, y'all? Cut up. Oh yeah, let me turn that off. So you can get a clean shot. You can get a clean view. All right, here you go. Thursday, December the 19th. I'm sorry about the reflection. 4:22 p.m. I'm about to go see this Star Wars, y'all. I'm about to go see this Star Wars, so I'm trying to figure out, is it going to be trash or is it going to be pretty good? I tried to stay as spoiler free as possible, but it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. If I open my Google feed right now, all I'm going to do is click on Google. And I haven't looked, but I bet you there's something about Star Wars in here. It ain't the first one, so let's see. I might need my Android phone because I know I get a different set of news depending on which phone. But my point is, since that wasn't a good example, try to avoid Star Wars news. It ain't working. So, the pre-reviews say that it's convoluted, it's complicated. They tried to stuff too much into one film. And I don't know. That's why I'm recording this video. I'm recording this video before I'm about to leave to go to the theater. I'm heading to the theater. I'm seeing the first showing, and it was almost sold out. I think I got one of two last seats, but I'm not sitting in the very front till I'll be like, so I'm not sitting like that. So I will go see this thing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm about Star Wars out. I done spent the last about 3 days. I did the definitive order. I did 4, 5, 1, 2. Well, actually, I did Rogue One, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. And today is 9. And it wasn't that bad because I subscribed to the Disney Plus. So it was really good to see 4, 5, and 6 in 4K. I was telling Holy War that they look better than even the 2000 versions, even the prequels. They look better than even the prequels. So there was some changes in there that I wasn't, like the Greedo change. What? Makangi. You're taking the Millennium Falcon over my dead body. Makangi. Quit changing it, man. Quit changing it. Leave it alone. So, I feel like my lips are ashy, man. I guess they're not ashy. But anyway, so I'm Makangi'd out. I wasn't expecting the nose in the Return of the Jedi, and I tried to forget that they put Hayden Christensen in Return of the Jedi. J.J. Abrams just came out late last week saying that he tried to get the originals released, the unedited, uncut. And for you all that don't know, I'll just do a brief recap. In the 70s, Star Wars came out. It was high technology. They did some really cool camera tricks that made it really advanced for its time, like really high tech stuff, like putting Vaseline on the bottom of the camera so you couldn't see the wheels on the speeders and stuff. But over the years, they have been editing it, enhancing it, and changing it, adding scenes, adding words and languages to try to change it up. And they even went as far as to take actors from the 2000 versions and replace them in the 70s versions or early 80s versions, namely Return of the Jedi. So they just been hacking and hacking and hacking at those things. And J.J. Abrams is the director of this last trilogy set. Last trilogy set being Force Awakens. I can't even hardly say the name. The Last Jedi. I'm trying to be nice. And now Rise of the Skywalker is the proper name of the movie, but according to all the previews, it might be Rise of the Trash Walker. Those of you who know me, I always put trash in where I can fit. Trash Walker. So we're gonna see. I'm really ready to get this over with. You know, I was telling Bubblehead. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think that's an official name on here. I think her name on here is Bitch Please. I was telling Bitch Please that I'm ready to get this over with because I don't have to think about Star Wars again for another 15, 20 years, even though I did read something that said that they're trying to come out with another set of trilogies. If it's anything like this trilogy, I'm good, man. Force Awakens was pretty good. Rewatching it last night, I wasn't that upset with it. I think last night also was the first time that I had seen, well, the second time that I seen The Last Jedi, Trash Jedi, The Last Trash. Since the theater. First time since I've seen it in the theater, since the theater. Second time that I've seen it overall. So I was able to watch it with the captions and pick up on some stuff. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it in the theater, but it wasn't. I don't know, man. You know, the little call back to Han Solo or Solo the movie with the dice that you can't even roll. What exactly was that? Was that supposed to be a necklace, a bracelet? And I don't remember him, Kylo Ren, picking up the dice only for them to disappear in his hand. That movie. You know, I'm not gonna make this a Star Wars review. I promise I'm not gonna make this a Star Wars review. But between Rey and Kylo Ren doing the little hand touching that Snoke supposedly set up, but it was still working after Snoke was dead. I'm ready for this to be over. So my pre-thoughts. I haven't seen any previews. I've seen flashes of previews, but as you all know, I like avoiding the previews, so I haven't seen a preview. I'll either, and it's been fortunate, you know, I haven't been to a movie that has shown the full preview. So I'll go back and watch the previews after watching the movie here shortly. This movie, man, you know, I ain't gonna make this video too long, y'all. I ain't gonna make this video too long. What I think going in, based off of some of the pre-articles I see, you know, I think that they are going to be trying to do too much. Some of you may or may not know, J.J. Abrams decided to take some time off for The Last Jedi and let Ryan Anderson, I think, direct the second one. They swear up and down that Ryan Anderson didn't take it a different direction than what was originally planned. I don't know how much of that I believe because the actor Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker, he made his opinions of Anderson very clear, and the direction of the movie that Anderson wanted to go, he wasn't with it. He didn't like the way they wrote Luke's character for The Last Jedi. And one of the most consistent things that I've seen in the news this past week or two is everybody's obsessed with Rey's heritage. But after rewatching Force Awakens and The Last Jedi back to back last night, people are obsessed with Rey's heritage because you all, the directors, the writers, have inadvertently focused on her heritage throughout 5 hours worth of movie. And people have waited the better part of 6 years to find out who's this girl's parents that you have been teasing for 2 movies. They're not supposed to be obsessed, so I'm already sick of that news. My point in bringing up the whole Ryan Anderson thing is they're saying that at first they were saying that Ryan Anderson took The Last Jedi this direction and JJ intended to go this direction. And now that JJ's taken back over, he needs to tie up all the loose ends of The Last Jedi in order to make the trilogy complete. Too much Star Wars these last couple of days. Complete. So I think they're going to do also some focusing on becoming one with the Force and speaking to people beyond the Force or beyond their physical existence in the galaxy. I think they're going to be trying to do that. I think they're going to try to bring the Emperor back. I've seen some little news, and it's real sad because you try not to read Star Wars spoilers, and then the headlines will be like something like recent Star Wars says Emperor's coming back. That'll be like the headline. Surprise seeker for new Star Wars Emperor is coming back. So, you're reading all these sales. You're reading like, hey, if you buy this smokeless grill, you can get it on sale now for $5.99. Or you might be reading something like Samsung is released, or Star Wars Samsung new Galaxy Note 5 Plus 5G. I mean Note 5. Note 10 Plus 5G. It's got Star Wars in the title, but it's not really about the movie. Then you'll read some shit about the Emperor's coming back, or the Emperor never died in Return of the Jedi. So I do, after rewatching The Last Jedi last night, I like the way they killed Snoke. I think it was pretty slick, but that movie seemed confused, I'm still, after they killed Snoke and killed the guards and was fighting over Luke's lightsaber. First of all, how did she end up with both halves of the lightsabers? First of all. Second of all, how did she end up back on the Millennium Falcon? Third of all, how did the little Asian girl get ahead of Finn? Forget ahead. How did she get on the side of Finn in order to ram him out of the way of the cannon? fourth of all, if all the lasers and blasts from the ATSTs, no, I'm sorry, those are ATATs. ATSTs are the little ones. If all the blasts from like 8 different ATATs couldn't hit Luke, and he did the dust the shoulders off, how is getting out with your lightsaber going to stop this man? You know what? If I was Kylo Ren and I just saw all them people or all them lasers not even phase this man, I bet you I wouldn't be getting out with no lightsaber and trying to face this man. I don't care what, that movie, as I remember, but it still has some issues. So I don't know how they're gonna clean that up. Um, I do expect to see a CG form of Carrie Fisher. I expect Luke to be back, and maybe Yoda. The Emperor is going to come back, and I don't really expect them to bring Darth back. We're gonna see. Leia, Luke, Yoda, Emperor, Chewie, C3PO, R2D2, Kylo, Rey, Lando. I know Lando's going to be back. Billy D. Williams, and because Peter Mayhew died, right? Chewbacca died. The original Chewbacca died. I think he died year before last. David Prowse has been gone. Nice guy. Both Peter and David are really nice. Peter in real life is really, really, really tall, or he was really, really tall. I met them. I'm trying to think who else I expect to be back. Daniels has been doing some complaining too. C3PO, he's been doing some complaining as well. Some social complaining or public complaining. So the actors, I know that the Kylo Ren actor, he walked out on the interview recently. Ray has got a really pretty face. I was looking her up. Well, I wasn't looking her up. It was in my news feed, and so many people want that girl to have a body, a physical presence on her body better than what it actually is. So there's pictures on the internet where they have transposed her face and put it on and put it on like another person, like a real curved body. She does, she's a little thin. I think it fits well for the movie. But there are really some desperate people out there. I'll just leave it at that. I just leave it at that. There's some really desperate people out there that are trolls, man, internet trolls, putting that girl face on the different girl body, on the different woman body, just to give us some curves. So those are the list of people that I expect to see in the movie. I don't think Harrison's going to be back. Harrison Ford, aka Han Solo, I don't think he'll be back. Qui-Gon, I don't think he'll be back. Ewan McGregor, I don't think he'll be back. I call him Qui-Gon. Liam Neeson, I don't think he'll be back. Whoever they got to do Yoda's voice in replacement of Frank Oz, he's doing a pretty good job. He's doing a pretty good job. But do I think it's going to be trash? I don't think it's going to be outright trash. I do kind of believe the previews that is saying that it's a little too convoluted and too complicated for one movie. Rewatching again Force Awakens is The Last Jedi last night. I think there's a lot of room to fill in some gaps on the story, like the lady with the glasses, the little alien with the glasses. They could do a whole story behind her and how she ended up with Luke's lightsaber. They could do a whole story on how Luke lost his lightsaber or gave up his lightsaber, whatever that is. They still need to do Shadows of the Empire, which is Luke turning to the dark side between Empire Strikes Back and The Last Jedi. They still need to tell that story. I think where they messed up, if you follow the Star Wars canon, is Han and Leia have twins that are like really cold in the Force in the canon, but they didn't decide to go that way with this trilogy with J.J. Abrams. So I don't know if they still want to try to tell that story. I think there's a lot of loyalty with the fans who try to get the original actors back, and while they were still alive to tell 7, 8, and 9. I don't really think that's what the fans wanted. I believe what we wanted was something that would pick up like maybe 5, 10 years after The Last Jedi, even if you have to tell it all in CG. It would be really great to have a trilogy in between 7, 8, and 9 that shows Luke going to the dark side, shows Han and Leia's kids, because really that's supposed to be the power of the Skywalker. The Skywalker blood is the ability to go all the way to the dark side and still come all the way back. It's supposedly, according to canon, supposedly the Skywalkers are the only one that could do that. So we're gonna see. This video is a lot longer than what I wanted it to be. Going into the movie, I'm gonna say that this movie gonna be probably a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. I think by the time I get out of the movie, especially seeing 9 Star Wars movies in the last like handful of days, I'm probably gonna come out of the theater and feeling like more like a 6, maybe even a 5. I hope it's better than that. I'm already running a little bit late, a little touch late, but the theater's not that far. The theater's only 7 miles away, but the problem is it's like 4 o'clock, so traffic is starting up. So y'all wish me luck. I'll do a second half of this video when I get back. I don't know. Hey, I'm just ready for this to be over, man. It's when did Revenge of the Sith come out? 2005. So this is 15 years in the making. I'm ready for this to be over. I think that's all I got to say about it. I think they're going to do a pretty good job with the space fights. I've heard I've seen a lot of headlines saying that they finally got the lightsaber fights right in this one. So hopefully Finn's character won't be the bitch that he's been and quit running away from stuff and just go ahead and step up. Hopefully they let him do something with the Force, learn the Force. We'll see. They touched on a lot of sensitive subjects in The Last Jedi by burning down the Jedi temple and Rey taking off with the books. So hopefully they do something with that, and the little kids picking up the brooms and having the little rebel rings. And they really focused a lot on the remaining rebels being the spark that flames the fire to burn down the First Order. So wish me luck, y'all. 25-minute video. It was supposed to be like 5 minutes. Hope y'all enjoyed the movie. I'm about to go see the movie myself. Love and peace. Talk to you in about 3-4 hours. Cutthroat, Black Entertainment, Black Image Entertainment. Peace.